Okie dokie, so we're back. I know I missed last week. You're probably hearing it in my voice. I lost my voice. I definitely wasn't going to be out here talking. Now, it wasn't COVID, but yeah, anyways, it is what it is. We're back now. So, we got Avenger here up on the lift. We got to do a battery. We got to do an oil change. We got a squeak in the engine bay somewhere. I'm going to assume it's a belt. We got to check the tire pressure in all 4 tires. And just going to pull it in here. I don't know why, but the driver's door didn't open from the inside. So I'm going to throw that in just to be nice. Now, on these Avengers here, the battery is up there in front of the driver's wheel. So you have to pull this panel here. That gets you through up into the back side of the front bumper. And usually anybody will tell you to pull the wheel right off. What I'm gonna do is turn it, and that'll give me access to jump through kind of in behind it or whatever. So I don't have to take the whole entire thing off. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And it's super cold in here. I don't have the heat on because I don't want all this snow that's on this thing melting down on top of me, making a mess on the floor and getting me all soaking wet, because I'm going to be out here all day working on some other stuff. So, anywho, let's get to it. So these Avengers here, this one has the 2.7 liter V6 in it. And just over here on the passenger side, you have the oil filter. And right beside it right there is the oil drain plug. So, while I'm screwing with the battery, I'm gonna pop those out. That'll let it drain for 20 minutes or so while I do a battery. We'll be all good to go, drop the car down, fire some new oil in, and we're about ready to keep continuing on this project. Alright, so like I mentioned, the door didn't want to open from the inside when I brought it in. So just as like a freebie, I'm going to throw a little bit of time at it, see if I can get it fixed. So we pull the door panel off, just a couple screws and some push clips. Now if I get the door panel out of the way. So this cable right here is what comes up from the door handle right here on the inside. So when you pull this, it comes all the way up and pulls the cable. Now you can see right here, this little clip, this little white part was popped out. It was this way. So all I did was push it back into the door there. And what I'm going to do is put a little zip tie just around it. There should be a clip here that kind of holds that in, but evidently this one's gone. So some of the screws were out on this door. So I'm just gonna guess that they've had this problem before, and you know, they just kind of fixed it themselves. So we'll throw a zip tie on it and see if that won't help them out, and get this thing back together and on to the next project for the day. Like I mentioned, I was going to throw a zip tie on it, and here's what I came up with. So I took a drill and I just drilled a small little hole right here under it and through that little web and put a zip tie. So now if this thing tries to bounce out, it's going to hit that zip tie right there and hopefully bounce right on back in. So that's our little fix now that we don't have the clip. And again, it was a freebie, so that's what we get. Anywho. And that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys getting this far. Let's shout out to Phase 2 Motor Trend. Phase 2 are the guys who hooked us up with the rear suspension on the 06, and I can't tell you how much I love it. It's actually holding up really, really well for the amount of abuse I put that poor car through. So if you're looking for rear suspension, front suspension, floor mats, they got these really awesome billet clamps for like intercooler tubing and that kind of stuff. I'm gonna be putting some of their clamps on the 68 actually. But if you guys are actually looking for some of that stuff, head on over to Phase 2 Motor Trend. Let them know that 710 sent you, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. Make sure you get out in your shop and do stuff.